1 year ago this month, disaster struck in Ohio. A Norfolk Southern freight train carrying hazardous chemicals derailed, sending a fireball into the air and leaving toxic fumes behind. Less than 30 days later, a BNSF train derailed in Minnesota, forcing half of the town of Raymond to evacuate in the middle of the night. And these types of rail accidents affect you and your loved ones.
And that's why 5 Investigate spent the last year reporting on Minnesota's largest railroad. Tonight, investigative reporter Ryan Raish takes his questions straight to BNSF.
A pattern of misconduct at Burlington Northern Santa Fe.
They'd messed with the evidence, or they had lied.
A history of defects.
The railroads say, trust us. How can we trust them?
Then a whistleblower.
I've no other job here but to keep the railroad and the public safe.
And now, accountability.
I can give you our media inbox.
Well, we've been trying to talk to BNSF for several months now.
As a fifth-generation railroader,
Thank you for coming in, John.
yeah, Union head John Mazinski has a front-row seat at BNSF.
I've got a lot of questions for you.
All right, we'll see if I can answer.
Mozinski represents 2,000 BNSF workers from Wisconsin to the West Coast. He's been sounding the alarm about safety for years, blasting the railroad for cutting inspections and staff, and warning about the possibility of a serious derailment long before this one in Raymond, Minnesota last spring.
You said BNSF is playing a game of Russian roulette with the general public's safety. That's a bold statement.
The manpower is not high enough out here, and they are not inspecting enough out here. Look, it is a matter of time before derailments. We've been lucky.
BNSF disputes the union's claims about staffing and inspections, insisting it's inspecting more track mileage than ever before and plans to do even more with new technology. But Mozinski still describes a type of fear we've heard before.
I guess just with all the derailments that have happened in this last year, I'm worried.
That's the voice of former track inspector Don Sanders. He sued BNSF and won, saying they fired him for reporting too many track defects. His secretly recorded calls became a key piece of evidence, suggesting too many reported defects can look bad on the boss.
All I can say is I just need your help right now to keep my ass from getting fired.
I understand. So in order to keep you from getting fired, I need to just look the other way.
No, we just need to have a conversation.
Why did you decide to start recording conversations with your supervisor?
For my own protection.
Sanders recently sat down with us as BNSF appeals the more than $2 million verdict.
I actually made a difference in the job that I was in.
Management didn't like him because he did call them out on a lot of their bull.
Mozinski says the Sanders case offers a rare glimpse at retaliation within the railroad, how managers are motivated to delay fixing problems. He hoped it would be a wake-up call.
And I wish the railroad would take accountability and do that. BNSF should reform, should increase their inspections, should increase their manpower, and they still don't.
We repeatedly asked BNSF to sit down and answer questions, but their silence,
Here to pick up a press credential?
sent us to Atlanta, Georgia. The National League of Cities recently hosted the major railroads and the head of the Federal Railroad Administration as part of its annual conference.
The reason we decided to make this trip to Atlanta is because we still have questions.
There is absolutely more work to do on the safety front.
FRA Administrator Amit Bose declined all our requests for an interview, but he addressed railroad safety to those in the room.
I can tell you FRA is looking at safety on a daily basis.
The meeting gave mayors an opportunity for FaceTime with the railroads, and we wanted some too.
Ms. Davis, Ryan with Channel 5 KSTV.
Janelle Davis is an executive public affairs director at BNSF for Texas and Oklahoma. She represented the railroad at the national conference.
But at BNSF, we believe that common problems require collaborative and creative solutions.
The head of the union, he said that the railroad is playing Russian roulette with the public safety. How do you respond to that? That's coming from your own organization.
So safety is at the absolute center of everything we do at BNSF. So from the amount of inspections that we do, from routine maintenance, the amount of investment that we have in terms of our infrastructure, and what we do annually in order to ensure safety through training, our operations, and trying to educate communities on safe rail practices is really something that we're really invested in.
Have you heard those audio tapes in the Don Sanders case?
So whether I've heard them or not, at the end of the day, we do everything that we can on our end to try to ensure a safe railroad. And that's through training of our employees. That's through routine maintenance and inspection of our rail and such.
What's the public supposed to think when they hear these tapes, this damning audio of a supervisor saying, don't report a defect, it's going to affect my paycheck?
We encourage all of our employees to report things that are happening on our railroad. Is their job, as safety being the center of our culture and what we do. We want to know when there are issues with our rail so that we can safely address them and maintain our rail.
Oh my God, it's on its side.
Yet last year, the NTSB called out the shortcomings in the railroad's safety culture, laying partial blame on BNSF for this deadly derailment in Montana.
How do you respond to that?
As was mentioned before, I think people would be interested in knowing at home that for us, safety is the center of our culture at BNSF.
Are you saying the NTSB got it wrong?
What I'm saying is that safety is at the absolute center of what we do at BNSF.
After our interview in Atlanta, we heard from BNSF's Corporate Director of External Communications, who requested we not air any of the interview you just saw. The claim is that we ambushed the BNSF representative, adding that she has, quote, no direct connection to anything in Minnesota. For the record, we informed BNSF in advance that we were attending the conference in Atlanta and again requested an interview with them. For her part, Janelle Davis agreed to speak with us in Atlanta when we asked her to do so in person, and she did not express that she was unable or unwilling to answer any of our questions, guys.
Ryan, how does the company describe its inspection process?
BNSF says it has a robust inspection process that combines technology and visual inspections. They say it's so successful that in the last 7 years, their derailment rate caused by defects dropped by 73% in the Twin Cities area. They provided us with a handful of other internal stats they say proves their commitment to safety. And we're going to post their entire response to this story online. That's where you'll also see us accused of being so one-sided we can't be trusted with an interview. It's all online now at KSTP.com.
Okay. Thank you, Ryan.